I'd like to welcome you back in to Tigerville, South Carolina, here at Ashmore Park at Ray and B. Dillard Field as we get set for Game 2 of the day. UNC Pembroke Braves versus the North Greenville Crusaders, 5 seed versus the 1 seed. So here's how this will work. Pembroke, of course, lost earlier to Lenore Ryan by a final count of 12-5. If they lose, they are out. Regardless of the result here in this one, North Greenville will play Lenore Ryan tomorrow at noon. So this is a must-win for the Braves. And this is how they will line up. Very similar to the lineup from Game 1. Leading off will be Christian Jane, followed by Spencer Faulkner, Gage Hammonds, Bobby Dixon, Ethan Ott, Blake Henson, Wellington Guzman. The only change will be at third base, they'll have Ramsey Petty. And the round things out will be Garrett Littleton. Same, only change being Trent Harris because he is on the mound for the Braves in Game 2. And your defensive lineman, as you just saw a second ago, from left to right in the outfield will be Ethan Stringer, Josh Center, and then Marek Kloop in right. Left to right in the infield, Pat Monteith, Corey Bivens, Garrick Octavio. First base, Zach Zara. Behind the plate will be Campbell Condard, and on the mound is Jax Cash. His first start in a good little while. As his first pitch to Jane is fouled out of play. We are underway. First pitch at 4:01 Eastern Standard Time. Current temperature sits at 93 degrees, so a little warm. It's not going to dip below 90 until about 7 o'clock tonight as the 0-1 breaking ball gets away from Cash. Cash on the year, this is his 13th appearance. This is his 12th start. 35 innings pitched even, 26 hits, 22 runs, 19 of which earned. As that pitch hit on the ground to first, Zara's got to skip it. He can't do it, neither can Octavio. There's going to be runner interference, so the runner, no matter what this play will be, he will be safe at second. As fielder's interference was called. So Jane's going to reach on the first hit of the day for UNC Pembroke. Kind of one of those unique plays, like was too hot to handle for Zach Zara at first, and came a tough play for Octavio. They're actually going to give him an E3 on that one. I can understand that one. So no base hit. That'll go down as an E1. Finish the numbers on Cash. He's 4-2 on the year, 4.89 ERA, the sophomore. 22 runs, 19 of which earned, 17 walks to 34 strikeouts, so a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Opponent's betting 203 off of him. That one's lined in the right field. That's going to get through for a base hit. They're going to hold Jane up at first, so the throw will come in. Will be cut off by Zara, and Pembroke's cooking her here early on. So here's Gage Hammonds. He got things off. He's got things started here in Game 1 earlier today, about 4 hours ago, as he launched a hanging breaking ball out to left center field for a 2-run shot. So early trouble here for Jax Cash. His first pitch fastball misses outside, 1-0. Cash had been the Friday starter for North Greenville during their conference slate. Didn't quite use him as much the latter half of the season. As that pitch gets in there and even to count up at 1-1. When the injury to John Michael Fail happened in the conference tournament, Cash was called upon to be the catcher. They use him here in Game 1 of the Southeast Regional as the 1-1. Fouled back to the net, 1-2. North Greenville coming into today, #1 team in the country, #1 seed in the Southeast region. They have a 45-8 record, were 25-5 in Conference Carolinas and then ended up sweeping the Conference Carolinas tournament going 4-0. Wins against King, Belmont Abbey. A game that took 7 hours to play, and then 2 wins against Mount Olive, including a comeback to finish off the championship. Here's the 1-2. Greenville, that's roped into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Faulkner thought about making his way to third, but he think wise of it, and he'll retreat the second, and Pembroke's on the board 1-0. So the start that the Braves needed, as a E3 and then 2 base hits have getting them an early run. They're still not done yet, as they got Bobby Dixon, who danger anytime he grabs the bat with his 15 home runs on the year. For North Greenville, this is probably not the start you were envisioning. Dixon 346 on the year. First pitch to Dixon. That's hit hard. That's going to get through into left field for a base hit. They're going to wave Faulkner around. Throw will come plateward, and it'll be late. So now it's 2-0 Braves, and they're off to a hot start here. Think they know that their season's on the line here this afternoon. So that'll bring up Ethan Ott. 2 runs in, 2 runners on, and there's still nobody out. These 2 teams played a conference series up there in Pembroke, North Carolina. First 2 games did not go the way that UNC Pembroke had planned, getting outscored 25-3 in the first 2 games, but they came back in game 3 and got a strong start from Evan McLean, who was the freshman of the year in Conference Carolinas, as that one misses. He went 5 strong innings, gave up 3 runs, only 1 of which was earned, which was more than enough, as they were able to hold on late for a 7-5 win to salvage the final game of that series. They did not meet in the Conference Carolinas tournament. Pembroke was eliminated before they got the chance to play North Greenville. But their solid record and solid resume were more than enough to get them into a regional. Cash still looking for that first out. 2 runs already in on 3 hits and already an error. The 1-0 awaits Ott. The pitch. Good spot that time to even count up. And you wonder how much of a fatigue factor. Again, I mentioned 93 degrees at first pitch today. Pembroke already played 9-inning ball game earlier. They came up on the short end. Had a lead for a first half of that game, but the Bear offense kind of woke up. That's a swing and miss. That's going to get away from Connard. He'll have no throws. Runners advance 90 feet. There's runners at second and third now. It was a swing and a miss. So the count is at 1-2. That will go down as a pass ball, as it probably should. Count still at 1-2. Greenville defense still playing back. Nice stop there by Connor to keep that one in front of him. Right now it's all about damage control here if you're Cash. Again, a lineup that is referred to one of, if not the deepest lineups in all of baseball. Just got to give him a chance. Here's the 2-2. That one's pulled, fouled on third base line. If I can somehow hit anything hard away from the pitcher's mound or third, it will definitely at least score a 1, get a third run across here in the inning. Here's the 2-2. Inside fastball nearly hit him. So that'll run it full. Dream start here for UNC Pembroke. Again, backs against the wall here. They lose, they are eliminated. If Greenville loses, they will still have to play Lenore Ryan tomorrow afternoon. That one's popped out in the right center field. Going back is Kloop. He's under it. He's got it. Runners tagging from each base. The throw will come towards third and will not be in time, and Pembroke leads 3-0. So the good start continues for the Braves. As our RBI sac fly for Ethan Ott. That's his 52nd of the year, as Blake Henson will stand in. Henson batting .308 on the year, 3 home runs, 23 runs batted in. He belted his 3rd home run of the year. A solo shot in the second inning of Game 1 earlier today. And one thing for sure, ball carries very well to right field. Teams from both teams found that out in game number 1. Lenore Ryan hit 5 home runs. UNC Pembroke hit 3 of their own. Here's the 1-1. That one clips the outside corner, 1-2. Braves doing what they needed to do to kind of silence this North Greenville crowd here early on. Cash in search of a much-needed strikeout if he can get it right here. The 1-2. Yanked foul. As you can see, there's North Greenville defenders, all 3 on the right side of the infield. Pat Monteith, the lone infielder, on the left side. He can somehow hit one to like a routine 6-hopper to the shortstop area. He'd get a base hit. And North Greenville, a team that very much believes in the shift. The 1-2 again. That's fouled, and we'll do it again. So good battle going here between Cash and Henson. Cash ready, here's the 1-2. Fouled again. Henson seeing everything that Cash has got early on. North Greenville electing to go with Jax Cash for the start here today instead of the known ace, Reese Fields. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses. Here's the 2-2. Just misses downstairs. So that'll run it full. Umpires for today's game behind the plate is Julius Green. First base is Kevin Spivey. Second base, Bobby Dunnigan. And then over third base, Casey Smith. The payoff pitch. Hit down the right field line. That's going to be fair. That's going to bounce over the wall for a double. And scoring from third is Dixon, and it's 4-0 Braves. That's a good piece of hitting there from Blake Henson. He just saw everything that Cash had and eventually was able to win the battle going down the right field line. So a strong start for the Braves continues. As here's the shortstop, Wellington Guzman. Guzman had some nice plays out in the field in game 1 today, but That did not translate to the plate. He was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. As you can see, he does have a lot of pop with 15 home runs on the year. First pitch to him, and he wears that right in the numbers. Nothing going right here for North Greenville. And we're going to get a mound visit from the pitching coach. Already 7 Braves have come to the plate. Only one of them has been retired, and that was Ethan Ott, and that was on a sacrifice fly. That brought home a run. At this point, you just tell him, hey, settle down. We still got a lot of baseball game left, but we just can't lose it in the first inning. You got to do a little bit of damage control here. You do have the bottom 2 guys in the order. That's probably what he's telling them. Like, go after these guys, attack them. The next guy he'll face will be Ramsey Petty. Petty getting the start because starting third baseman Trent Harris is on the mound, so he's not hitting in game number 2 today. So he's probably saying, hey, this guy, no offense to Petty, but he is a 188 hitter. No home runs, only 3 runs batted in, so go after this guy. See if you can get a ground ball and get you out of the inning. UNC Pembroke, you're hoping for anything but that. First pitch to Petty. He's swinging. That's on the ground, third base side. Bivens will like to go to third. He will get the force out there. Heads up play there from Bivens. 2 away. That goes a 6-5 fielder's choice. So runners remain at first and second, but now there's 2 away. Now here's Garrett Littleton. He'll complete the order. The Braves trying to avoid going 0-2 in a regional for the 2nd straight year. They came to Tigerville last year, and in fact, they had a lead just like they did against Lenore Rhino today. They had a lead against Mount Olive. They couldn't quite hold on to that. As the first pitch to Littleton misses inside. So they're trying to, and then they got soundly defeated by Columbus State to be eliminated. So they're looking to avoid that again this year. Off to a really good start. There's the 1-0. That's downstairs as well, 2-0. In top of the order, and Christian Jane waits on deck. He's already scored in this inning. Yeah, I'm sensing a little bit of rust from Cash. It has been a while since he has been on the mound. Hitter-friendly count here for Littleton. Takes that fastball on the inside corner, 2-1. The 2-1. That's inside, 3-1. Probably the last thing you want to do at this point, if from a North Greenville standpoint, you don't want to walk the number 9 hitter to get things back to the top of the order, especially with the bases loaded. Pembroke, you're absolutely salivating at that point. The 3-1. Hit on the ground to third. Monteith will take it to the third base bag to finally retire the side, but not before Pembroke bats around here in the top of the first. We played half an inning on the North Greenville Sports Network. It's UNC Pembroke 4, North Greenville coming to bat.
Fans, you can now access the official NCAA digital game program on your mobile device, tablet, or laptop free of charge. All you need to do is visit ncaa.com/game programs for an inside look at today's championship.
Pembroke puts up a 4 spot in the top half of the first. Time to meet the North Greenville Bats. And first you take a look at the UNC Pembroke alignment. Again, only one change from game one. It'll be Dixon in left, Jane in center, Henson in right. Petty gets a start over at third. You'll see why over there in just a second. Guzman at short, Faulkner over at second. Hammonds gets a start at first. Littleton behind the plate. Same old, same old. Then Trent Harris moves from third base to he's on the mound. Tell you his numbers in just a second. And now we'll meet the starting lineup for the North Greenville Crusaders, the number 1 seed in this regional. First off will be Gergak Octavio. Then will be Ethan Stringer, Pat Monteith, Marek Kloop, Josh Center, Zach Zara, Jax Cash, Campbell Connard, and Corey Bivens to round it out. And the man they'll face will be right-hand pitcher Trent Harris. This is only his 4th appearance, only his 3rd start. He does have a win-loss record of 1-0, 3.12 ERA, 8 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which earned, 2 walks to 11 strikeouts. Opponents batting .235 off Mr. Trent Harris. An interesting decision. He going with a guy and your season on the line. Okay, it's only appeared in 4. This is his 4th appearance thus far. See how it goes. See how it goes. Season on the line against arguably one of the best lineups in all baseball. Seen the storyline so many times in movies. About to see it play out here in the real world. So it'll be Gergak Octavio. 359, 1 home run, 24 runs batted in. That home run came on the road at Southern Wesleyan. Definitely a trendsetter at the top of the North Greenville lineup. First pitch from Harris misses outside, 1-0. And North Greenville in the early 4-0 hole. That one's right there, and even count up at 1-1. Well, score update in the other regional going on. Wingate and Young Harris. Of course, Young Harris, the conference champions of the Peach Belt, they find themselves trailing Wingate, the defending national champions, 7-1 in the bottom of the 4th. 1-1's way outside. Then later tonight, it's scheduled for a 7 o'clock first pitch. Will be Columbus State and fellow Conference Carolina opponents that these two teams know very well. Belmont Abbey, they made it in as the 6th seed. Here's the 2-1. That one slapped out of play. We even to count up at 2-2. So third baseman who was playing just in front of the bag, well, with 2 strikes now on Octavio, excuse me. Back up behind the bag now, the 2-2. That's a beautiful backdoor breaking ball. Octavio knew it. So really 1 up, 1 down for Ethan Stringer. You know, one thing consistent with this North Greenville team, they have been the comeback kings, and they've done it multiple times. Found themselves trailing 7-1 against Francis Marion earlier in the year. Came back with 7 runs late in that ball game to win that one. Found themselves trailing Mount Olive 8-1 here on this field. Came back to win that one. Josh Center walked that one off as the first pitch misses. They also found themselves trailing Mount Olive 6-3 going to the top of the 9th in the Conference Carolinas Championship, a game that if they'd have lost, they'd have had to play the next day. But they scored 3 in the 9th and then had 1 in the 10th to come back in that one and clinch the conference title. Count currently at 2-0 to Ethan Stringer. Here's the 2-0 from Harris. On that one, just missed it. No, 2-1. Stringer to transfer out of the University of Louisville. This is his final go-around in a North Greenville uniform. Thought he was going to hang it up last year, but found out he had an extra year of eligibility. He said, why not? So he came back to Tigerville for one more go-around. 2-1 fastball, clips the inside corner. Count even at 2-2. There's North Greenville without their All-American catcher John Michael Fail. He suffered a knee injury in the Conference Carolinas tournament. 2-2 breaking balls off the plate. Run it full. So Pat Monteith, the sophomore, has been inserted into his spot in the order. Cash and Connor have been dealt with the responsibility of being behind the plate. Here's the payoff pitch. Breaking ball, and Stringer just got a piece of that one to stay alive. North Greenville trying to respond with at least something to try to counter that 4-run top half of the first inning for the Braves. Once more, the payoff pitch. Just misses, ball 4, didn't get the call. So that's a 1-out walk for Stringer. Pembroke's wanting to know where that one was. So here's Pat Monteith. As I mentioned, a sophomore. He's batting .335 on the year. 9 home runs, 43 runs batted in. His next home run would make him the 6th Crusader on the roster to have double-digit home runs. In case you're wondering, Stringer over at first, which has got about 2.5-step lead. He's 8 for 10 in the stolen base department this year. First pitch slider, outside. Count at 1-0. Looked like another slider there. That one, I guess, broke too low, maybe a little too far out as well. 2-0. At Pembroke, this is their first year in the Conference Carolinas. They came along with Francis Marion from the Peach Belt. They had a very successful campaign, 23-7 in the conference. Very number 5 seed overall in the Southeast region. 2-0. That one catches the outside corner, 2-1. Finished only 2 games behind North Greenville. North Greenville 25-5 record. Pembroke had a 23-7 record in the conference. Count at 2-1. Had a healthy hack at that one, fouled it back to the net, 2-2. North Greenville really truly earned the 1 seed based off what they did in the midweek. Of course, that 25-5 conference record is impressive, but you look at it, I mean, wins, of course, over Lenore Ryan at home. Wins on the road at normal powerhouse Catawba, not in it this year, but still years past that they've represented the Southeast region and Cary, North Carolina as soon as 2019. Check on String over at first. Also had wins both home and away against Newberry, who just finished outside the rankings. They finished 8th in the region. The 2-2. Oh, it's hit out to left. Will it get down? It will. Stringer on his way to third. He'd never stop running. So that put runners on the corners with 1 away. Thought for a second Dixon out there in left field was going to come charging that one, but he knew from the start he wasn't going to get that one. So here's Marek Kloop, completing the team with a .415 average, 11 bombs, 65 runs batted in to go along with those 11 bombs. Kid out of the Czech Republic, transfer from NC State, of course. Some of you may have saw the Twitter post from the North Greenville baseball team. His dad and his girlfriend surprised him yesterday at practice as they made their way to watch Kloop play. In case you're wondering, I'm actually we're going to talk with Marek Kloop's dad in about the 4th inning. Talk about his journey, how he got here, whose idea it was, and what he's doing over there with baseball over there in the Czech Republic. So stay tuned for that one. We'll talk to him in the 4th inning. Count at 1-0. And with another breaking ball, Kloop didn't bite, 2-0. Definitely knows early on, Harris has got that sharp slider. Going to be imperative for North Greenville. If they're going to be successful, they're going to have to lay off that pitch, and they've done that so far. Hitter-friendly count here for Kloop. The fastball clips the inside corner, 2-1. Good pitch that time there from Harris. North Greenville, it's very imperative you try to respond with at least something to kind of counteract that top half of the inning. For Pembroke, you'd love to have a shutdown inning. Try to get the bats working, especially if they have the top of the order due up in the 2nd. Trying with a fastball inside again, but this time it was too far inside, 3-1. Infield, of course, at double play depth. Shortstop a little shaded, a little bit more to the third base side. Again, another check on Monteith over at first. If you weren't watching the first game, it definitely I'll let you in. The ball, like it normally does, is carrying very well to right field today. Especially to right-hand hitters. There's just something about it. Get that up in the wind out there. Wind is blowing from left to right like it has been most of the day. Another check on Pat over there first. Yeah, if you can get something out towards right field. As Lenore Ryan found out earlier today, they belted 5 home runs, 3 of which were in 1 inning. All of which were out that way to right center field. Count still 3-1. That went back up the middle, but the second baseman misplays it, goes underneath his glove. Monteith around second. He's on his way to third. Stringer scores, and it's 4-1. Second baseman Faulkner definitely should have made that play. I don't know. Again, they don't have a turf field over at UNC Pembroke. I don't know if it's just not used to the way it's fielding. I don't know, but that ball just kind of stayed low when he was expecting it to pop up. So that will go down as an E4. They will credit him an RBI on that. So essentially it'll go down as a fielder's choice and then an error. So here's the senior captain, Josh Sinner. He's first pitch swinging. That's back to the net. For Pembroke, you definitely got to keep an eye on Kloop over there at first. He does have a lot of power numbers, but that can be deceiving sometimes at his speed. He's 25 for 26 on the year in terms of stolen bases. Next closest is the man at the plate, Josh Center, who's 22 for 24. North Greenville team loves to hit the long ball, but they also love to play a little stolen base here and there. Kloop about a 2-step lead over at first. Not going, as that one's inside, even the count up at 1-1. Got a feeling we're in for a long but yet a doozy afternoon slate of a ball game here. And that's something the Southeast region definitely will bring in. It's a lot of pop. 1-1 had a healthy hack but came up empty. That's one thing that with Josh Center that been a little bit of a problem for him this year. Leads the team in strikeouts with 60. Next closest in the starting lineup is Pat Monteith with 44. Here's the 1-2. He's got a piece of that one, fouled that one back to the net. Count remains 1-2. This North Greenville team also kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start. They had early season loss at a neutral site against Francis Marion. They a little bit of a set, some games that they lost that they probably shouldn't have lost, but definitely turned it around as Center adds to a strikeout total, as that's out number 2. That's the second strikeout for Trent Harris, as here's Zach Zara, the last hope for North Greenville here in the home half of the first. Zara batting .308 on the year. This being his 15th start. Kind of plugging him wherever needed. They plugged him in left. They can play short. He can play right. And today he's playing first. Once hit up the middle, they'll go the short way to second to retire the side. North Greenville gets a run back on a hit. He also was an error. We played one. It's 4-1, UNC Pembroke. Move to the top half of the second inning. Top of the order due up again for the Braves as they batted around in the first, scoring 4 times on 4 hits. Cash out there again for North Greenville. He's hoping for a little bit better go of it this time. Jane got things started. He was reached on an E3. Later came around to score. Something off that one, came up empty, 0-1. One popped up, third base side, that'll be out of play. Let's give a little more traditional left hand shift for the lefty. Monteith now moves off the third base line. Now that the 2 strikes, you assume the bunt's off the table. Now they'll put the big time shift on. As you see Bivens make his way to the right side of the infield, as you can see him on your screen. Monteith is the only infielder on the left side for the Crusaders, as the 0-2 fastball was way high. Here's the 1-2 from Cash. That one stayed high as well, even to count up at 2-2. Zara playing basically right down the first base line. Octavio out there in short right center field, basically. That one's cued over to Monteith, who's playing short. He'll throw on to run. Jane, who runs well, made it a little bit closer, but one away. So here's Spencer Faulkner. He had the first of those 3 straight base hits from the Braves. He also came around to score. Faulkner comes into this one batting .293. That bumped up a little bit with that base hit in the first. He's first pitch swinging as that one's popped up. Zara will give it a look, but it's out of play. See crowd starting to file in here at Ray and B. Dillard Field at Ashmore Park. Good crowds expected all weekend. Count at 0-1. That one's high inside, 1-1. Of course, you can't make it. Be more than happy to keep you company on the live stream. Here's the 1-1. Sharp on the ground, but right to Octavio. He'll throw over to first in time, 2 away. So Octavio with the 4-3 put out. There's 2 up, 2 down. A little bit better start for Cash this time around than was the first time, but he does have to deal with Gage Hammonds. Hammonds, as we found out earlier today, does have plenty of pop in his bat. Took a hanging ball, breaking ball, and belted it out of here to left center field earlier today in the first inning against Lenore Ryan. That was his only hit of the game. After that, he proceeded to go 0 for 2. That one catches his own and count even at 1-1. One from Cash, hit back up the middle, but Octavio played it perfectly. Throw over to first, a little low, but handled nicely by Zara, and a much-needed 3 up, 3 down for the Crusaders. We head to the bottom half of the second. It's 4-1 Pembroke.
Tell the world who you are, share your experiences, connect with other fans, and gain behind-the-scenes access to your favorite teams. For more information, visit ncaa.com/social to learn more.
Four to 1 Braves as we head to the bottom half of the second. North Greenville will have the bottom of the order up. Jax Cash, Campbell Connor, then Corey Bivens. Then we'll get to the top of the order, assuming we get there. It's interesting. You see Cash, who is hitting in this game. He usually has his starting spot in the lineup. But the pitcher for Pembroke out there, Trent Harris, who played third in game 1 earlier today. They're not pitching him, or excuse me, they're not hitting him while he's pitching. So kind of a interesting take there. You don't see too often when pitchers pitch that are also hitting. I guess unless you're Shohei Ohtani. First pitch to Cash is a check swing, but home plate umpire calls it a strike anyway, 0-1. A reminder, we'll be talking with Vladimir Kloop, the father of North Greenville right fielder Marek Kloop. We'll be talking with him in the 4th inning, so stay tuned for that one. 0-1's hit sharply, but right to the second baseman, Faulkner. Takes a little bit out of his glove, but he's able to do so and get Cash comfortably, 1 away. So here's the catcher, Campbell Connor. And not much action this year for Campbell. Just his 3rd start of the year. 1 home run, 6 runs batted in. That home run, though, was a big one. And the game in which John Michael Fail injured himself in the conference tournament, Campbell was inserted into the lineup in place of John Michael Fail, and he proceeded in his first at bat to blast a shot to right center field. That put North Greenville on top in the opening round of the Conference Carolinas tournament. Definitely going to be called upon here, especially with the absence of Fail. Harris is 0-1 and is nowhere close. He even to count up at 1-1. The 1-1. Fouls that one out of play. Connor, the freshman. Definitely see more action over his time, 4 years at North Greenville. Chase to break him all that time. He's going to have to throw down to first to complete the strikeout, and they do. 2 away. Here's a shortstop, Corey Bivens. Not your typical 9-hole hitter, that's for sure. Bivens Jr. batting .329 on the year. Not too many guys in Division II that you see batting in the 9-hole that have 10 home runs on the year, and 46 runs batted in to go along with it. Or he had himself a day in the doubleheader against Francis Marion in a conference series. He's first pitch swinging on the ground to short. Guzman feels it, gets rid of it quickly. Close play, they didn't get him. Guzman knew he had to get rid of it quick to get the speedy Bivens. And Corey legs out an infield single. Second hit of the day for the Crusaders, and not sure if Bivens accidentally stepped on Hammonds' foot as he was a little shaken up, but he seems to be all right. So that will extend the inning and get us back to the top of the order for Garrick Octavio. A little conversation between Pembroke coach and the first base umpire. It's quick. Whatever it was, Paul O'Neill walked away not happy with the conversation. Not sure what it was about. I'm sure it was maybe try to get a little runner's interference. I'm not too sure on that one. Not sure he had a case for that. First pitch to Gary is upstairs, 1-0. Octavio struck out looking to begin things in the bottom of the first. And 1-0 misses outside, 2-0. And there is a hole in the 5-6 hole if Octavio chooses to go that way. He's also decent sized hole between the 3-4 hole, and as Hammond's holding the runner Bivens over at first. 2 from Harris. So if he had a big cut at that one, pops that one down the third base line, but that'll get out of play. The rare times you see Octavia come out of his shoes on that one. The count at 2-1. Pembroke up early in this one, 4-1, thanks to a 4-run first inning. North Greenville got one back in the bottom of the first. First 2 hitters of this inning were retired before Bivens legged out an infield single. 2-1 breaking ball. That one looked a little outside. Octavio thought so too, but nonetheless, the count is equal at 2-2. And breaking ball definitely appeared from the press box. I'm definitely not trying to have any lens on, but that definitely appeared to be outside, but nonetheless, Harris got the call. Now the count's at 2-2. That one's in the turf, 3-2. Count's full. Hammonds will now play behind the runner Bivens as he will be off with the pitch. 3-2 is hit on the ground to second. Should end the inning, and it does. North Greenville gets a 2-out infield single from Corey Bivens, but nothing further. We've played 2. It's 4-1 Braves.
Sports wagering has the potential to undermine the integrity of intercollegiate athletics and jeopardize the welfare of student athletes. For more information about the NCAA's sports wagering educational resources, go to don'tbetonit.org.
Four, 5, and 6 due up for the Braves here in the top of the third. They lead 4-1, looking for some insurance runs. And they got to win this game. If they don't, their season will come to an end. Regardless of how this one turns out, North Greenville will face Lenore Ryan tomorrow at noon. Cash out for his third inning of work. He'll face Dixon, Ott, and then Henson. First pitch swinging is Dixon. That's into the North Greenville dugout. If you're Paul O'Neill, you got to be a little bit concerned just about your bullpen. You know, guys having to play 18 innings today here in upper 80 and then eventually 90-degree weather. Because the 0-1's cut on and miss. You got to worry about fatigue at some point, trying to see if you can get through these 9 innings and try to get you a win to stay in this thing. Oh, 2's off the plate. North Greenville with a little bit of a interesting shift. You don't see this too often. You know, as you get a good look at Josh Center out there in right center. 3 infielders on the left side of the infield. As 1-2 is cut on and missed. That's Cash's first strikeout of the afternoon. Yeah, you don't see a little, kind of like a weird little shift there. There were 3 infielders on the left side of the infield. Meanwhile, the right fielder, Kloop, was playing really, really close to the line down there. Josh Center, as you saw on your screen from the center field camera, he was in right center field. Kind of an interesting little shift there. So here's Ethan Ott. He's first pitch swinging. That's over the head of Monteith down the left field line. Stringer can't cut it off. It's going to go to the wall. Ott should be in the second with a double, and he is. That's a one-out double for Ethan Ott. That's the first hit since the man coming to the plate had a double in the first, Blake Henson. Pembroke trying to add on some insurance runs because they know that this North Greenville lineup is not going to be held to 1 run. At some point they're going to have, as they usually tend to do, a breakthrough inning. As they North Greenville loves to score in bunches, just like Lenore Ryan did earlier today. Bears scored 10 of their 12 runs in 2 innings. Pembroke definitely knows they need to add on more. Here's the first pitch to Henson. That's a good fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. One, same exact pitch, same exact result, 0-2. And Ott out there at second. Dixon was retired with on strikes for the first out of the inning, as the 0-2 was way outside. Henson, of course, had that solo shot in the second inning of Game 1 earlier today. Now he's also got a double in the first inning of the evening cap. Trying to do more as the 1-2 from Cash. Fouled out of play, we'll do it again. Count sits at 1-2 to Henson. Pitch popped up. Should be playable. Who wants it? Bivens will give way to Stringer, and there's 2 away. So here's Wellington Guzman. Guzman was hit by a pitch in the first inning. Four runs on 5 hits for the Braves, also an error. And then 1 run on 2 hits, also an error for North Greenville. So far, this game's come down to which team did a better job of damage control in that first inning. This first pitch to Guzman. Good breaking ball there from Cash. North Greenville couldn't quite really do damage control. There was hit after hit after hit. Pembroke kept coming through with base hits. They were definitely playing pepper with that left field line. North Greenville got a run in, had runners on the corners, and a strikeout, then a ground out ended that threat. Here's the 0-1. That one's right there for strike 2. Definitely don't want to make this pitch too good if you're Cash. Guzman's got a lot of pop. Time for the team lead with 15 bombs. Don't make this pitch too good if you're him. Here's the 0-2. Maybe had a little bit too much of the plate there, but he got a piece of it and stayed alive. Now this game now an hour old. We're in the top half of the third inning. We're at a time where you plan to start at 4 o'clock and it actually happens. I can tell you all the times from conference games that plan start times and they never happen. So that's a rarity. Here's the 0-2. Misses 1 and 2. Just going to see what Cash elects to come with right here. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back to the net. Count still sits at 1 and 2. Guzman's still looking for his first hit of the regional. He'd love to get it right here. North Greenville would love to get in the dugout. The 1-2. Out of play again. Here's the 1-2 once more. Sent out to right center field. Center going to the wall. Leaps. Did he catch it? I think he did. He did. He robs a 2-run home run from Wellington Guzman. What a play by Josh Center. Are you kidding me? He took a 16th home run away from Wellington Guzman. And talk about what a way to send us to the bottom of the third. Here's another look at it. Tracking at the wall, leaped at the wall, and brought it back. What a catch. And maybe that might be a little bit of a momentum swing, you think? We head to the bottom of the third. Braves still leading it 4-1.
For all Division II news and championship coverage, visit ncaa.com/D2. Also, make sure to follow NCAA Division II on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And join the conversation by using the hashtag #MakeItYours.
Head to the bottom of the third inning, and in case you missed it just a moment ago, Josh Center definitely with the play of the day. Rob Wellington Guzman, who thought off the bat, thought for sure it was gone, leaped at the wall. What a play. Iowa State Zagzar out there fired up. Kloop out there fired up as well. What a play. What a play. So here's Ethan Stringer. Maybe that could get the North Greenville bats going. You know, off the bat, the way Guzman reacted, I thought that ball was going to be way out of here. Center was able to bring it back. Here's the 1-0. Chase a slider outside, 1-1. Stringer reached on a walk in the first. He later scored. And he's ripped that one in the left field. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. He's on for the second time today. So here's the third baseman, Pat Monteith. Pat had the first hit for the Crusaders in the first inning as he laced a base hit. Crusaders now with 3 hits in the ball game. Harris steps off. Monteith will be Kloop on deck. Josh Center, who made that catch an inning ago. He's in the hole. Big old looper. Didn't quite come down far enough, says home plate umpire Julius Green. Long look in here. The 1-0. Looked like a good pitch that time. Doesn't get the call. My only guess would have been outside, and not even too sure about that one. 2-0. Two-0 had a healthy hack at that one. Just missed it as it fouled away. Definitely would like to have that one back. If you're Harris, you definitely want to be careful. Don't want to give Monteith something too good to hit. Here's the 2-1. Got the call on the breaking ball that time, even to count up at 2-2. That breaking ball is definitely sharp. It's got a lot of sharp movement. Got a lot of downward action on it. The 2-2. Hit the ground. That's going to get through the 5-6 hole, and that's going to get in the left field for a base hit. Stringer will stop at second, and North Greenville's got the first 2 men on with base hits to left field. Fourth hit of the day for the Crusaders, the second for Monteith. Here's the 2022 Conference Carolinas Player of the Year, Marek Kloop. Comes to the plate in the form of the tying run. For Monteith, sometimes it's not about how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it, you know? And you had enough force to get it into left field. Kloop officially 0 for 1. He reached on the E4 in the first inning. Play was a chopper up the middle. Second baseman kind of came up on it, and the ball stayed very low on him. First pitch to Kloop. He's swinging away and fouls it back to the net. Speaking of Kloop, we will actually be talking to his dad here the next half inning, as they've actually made their way from the Czech Republic to watch Marek play in some postseason baseball. Talk to him in the next half inning. Here's the 0-1. Leaves the fastball up, then even to count up at 1-1. Dimensions here at Ray and B Dillard Field, in case you're wondering, in case you missed them when I said them first game. 330 down the lines, 390 straightaway center, 375 to the gaps. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, that's hit high to center field. Going back is the center fielder. He's at the wall. That ball is gone, and we are tied. 3-run shot for Marek Kloop. Home run number 12 for him on the year. RBI 66, 67, and 68, and we have a brand new ball game. Take a look at that one. Got a pitch up in the zone, and he did not miss it. Got that foot down and just laid into one in the dead center field. Taking advantage of that 390 to straightaway. Jane went about as far as he could, but all he could do was watch that one fly out of here. So here's Josh Center. He's hacking first pitch, fouls it back to the net. 12th home run of the year for Kloop. That's number 83 on the year for this North Greenville team. Look at the scoreboard. We're deadlocked at everything. Each team has 4 runs on 5 hits and has an error. Oh, 1 misses the inside corner. Also wish that happened an inning sooner, later. You know, it'd be cool to have that happen. Yeah, but I'm gonna talk to Mr. Vladimir Kloop when he gets up here in just a moment about that son's home run. What it was like watching your son hit a home run in person. I'm saying though, again, UNC Pembroke, they jumped out in front. Second straight game they've jumped out in front. As you get a look at Marek Kloop over there in the dugout, just hit a 3-run bomb. The 2-1 came up empty, even the count up at 2-2. Again, this is just the 3rd start of the year for Trent Harris on the mound. Only his 4th pitching appearance. There's pros and cons to that. Pros being the other team doesn't have a whole lot of tape on you. There's the 2-2. Good-looking fastball, didn't get the call, and Littleton behind the plate was a little disgusted with that one. Be honest, it looked good from up here too. But the cons are also, you know, when you throw someone out there that's only pitched 4 times all year long against the number 1 team in the country, doesn't always bode well. Had a decent go around the first time through, and they've had a little bit more success the second time. 3-2. That's inside. So 3 straight Crusaders have reached. Singles by Stringer and Monteith. Dead center shot by Kloop, and then a free pass issued to center. Here's the first baseman, Zach Zara. First pitch to Zara. Up the outside corner. Zara, sophomore out of Bethpage, New York. Plainy Edge High School. Sent over there at first, about a step and a half, now 2-step lead over there at first. Is a threat to run. He's 22 for 24 on the year in stolen bases. And they know that. They're checking on him. And second on the team in stolen bases, only behind Marek Kloop, who's 25 for 26. Trent Harris just trying to get an out here. First 4 Crusaders have reached. The one is popped back our way, out of play. Zar's been that utility guy for the Crusaders. They've used him in left. He can play short. They've also used him in right, and today he's playing first base. See what he comes with here, the 0-2. On the ground to second. This could be 2. Second for 1. They're not able to get the speedy Czar over at first, so that'll be a 4-6 fielder's choice. And there is finally 1 out in the inning. Here's Jax Cash, the pitcher. Zara in his limited playing time, he has stolen 4 bags. He's perfect 4 for 4 in the year. Not going here as that one's lined in the right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Zara, he was thinking about third. He was digging the whole way, but wisely put on the brakes. You can almost see it in his eyes. He really wanted to go to third, but looked at the third base coach a little late, and he saw the stop sign. So here's the catcher, Campbell Connor. Connor was one of 3 strikeout victims of Trent Harris. You kind of sense the momentum swift vastly after that Josh Center highway robbery out there in the right center field, the top half of the inning. That one's fouled off of Connor's foot. But he made that grab, and you could tell it just seemed like that was like, could that be a momentum change? And I believe it certainly has. Base hit, homer, walk, fielder's choice, base hit. Something the Crusaders needed. If you're Pembroke, you're in desperate need of a sharp ground ball right at somebody. Four to 4 ball game. We're still here only in the bottom of the third. Ball game's about an hour and 20 minutes old. That one's right back to the pitcher. He'll go to second with it. They'll get one there. Think about throwing to first, but he'll hold on to it. So Cash is erased on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up 9-hole hitter Corey Bivens. He's the 8th man to hit in the inning. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Barring us getting to a full count, I would not be expecting Campbell Connor to be on the move here. Has not attempted a stolen base in his limited action. Bivens at one point this season earned Southeast Region Player of the Week. That was for his good work against Francis Marion. And you tell me if this is good. And a doubleheader on Saturday in 2 games. In Conference Carolinas, you play a 7-inning game on Saturday and then follow up with the series finale, which is a 9-inning game. 7-inning game, he drove in 7 runs. Oh, and then all he did in the nightcap was hit a 3-run bomb in the 8th inning to tie us up at 7. So he went on to win that game 8-7. So 10 RBIs in one day. I'd say that's pretty daggum good. The 0-1. That's fouled our way. By the way, in the bottom of the 7th inning, Wingate leads Young Harris by a score of 8-4. They're actually headed to the top of the 8th inning now. Count at 0-2. Greenville hit sharp on the ground to short. It's going to be a tough play for Guzman. He'll go to short way to second. Again, Guzman been very impressive in the field in both games today. He's flashed the leather quite nicely. But North Greenville picks up 3 runs, thanks large part to a 3-run home run from Marek Kloop. We are all tied up as we head to the 4th.
Division II student athletes have the opportunity to make their college experience unique based on their individual passions, interests, and the division's life in the balance philosophy. Institutions encourage their student athletes to get involved in activities and experiences outside their sport and engage in areas that will help them succeed in their career and in life after college. Make it yours in Division II. Visit ncaa.org/D2.
All right, we head to the top half of the 4th inning. North Greenville ties things up, thanks in large part to the Marek Kloop 3-run home run. And with that, I'd like to welcome a special guest of mine, Mr. Vladimir Kloop. How you doing, sir?
Hey, good to see you guys.
Well, so you had an interesting story. You surprised your son yesterday. People have seen the clip on Twitter, I'm sure. Well, how did that become about? Whose idea was that?
Well, you have to give credit to the head coach, Lyndon Powell, because that was his idea. He just called me like a week ago and asked me if I have a spare time to come. He said he's going to cover the tickets for me and Maria's girlfriend. And you know, wow. it was just a perfect time for me because I'm head coaching my team back home, and we have a weekend off, so I jumped on that, and you know, and I got here last night.
And I want to ask about that. Like, you're a baseball coach in the Czech Republic, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What is that like? Like, what is the game over there? People may not realize that baseball is really truly a global game. What is baseball like over in the Czech Republic?
Baseball is definitely becoming more and more international game, and Czech Republic has like one of the top 3 leagues in Europe. It consists of national team players, very good young talent of Czech national team programs in youth categories, and every team brings import from the United States and Canada and actually all over the world.
Wow. So I bet that inning ago when your son blasted that one to dead center field, I'm sure that had to feel good.
Yeah. Definitely after the game, I'm going to make him run for it.
I love it. Well, what are your thoughts so far? Is this your first time to North Greenville? Have you been here before? Or?
This is the first time in North Greenville. I've been at NC State 3 years ago when Mario was a freshman there, but unfortunately he didn't get much playing time, which is a different story here. And I'm so glad that he's playing for North Greenville and Coach Lendl, because he praises him every time that I talk to him, how good the program is and how great bunch of guys the team is.
Right. Now, how do you feel that your son? You say that your son's playing on technically the #1 team in the nation.
It's awesome. He was pretty disappointed when the preseason rankings came off, and you guys missed the top 25, and
yeah.
It was like, we couldn't prove them wrong. And as the season went on, you guys were just climbing the top standings, and all of a sudden you're #1.
Right, and I want to go ahead and pitch the video. Some people may not have seen it, so Will, if you want to go ahead and roll the clip of that it was on Twitter yesterday.
Right? So, a lot of us don't get to see our families as much because of baseball season and things like that. And there's one guy in particular that really never gets to see his family because they live halfway across the world. But not today, because they're here. So, here we go.
I'm sure. By the way, the new pitcher on the mound for North Greenville is number 20, Thomas Skipper. He comes in top of the 4th. Jax Cash goes 3 innings, gives up the 4 runs that he gave up in the 1st. So, but then does a nice job of settling down. What are your thoughts so far on the game?
Oh, I like Jax. I mean, I've been watching the team all season long, and Jax is doing everything, and he's a remarkable guy. He pitches one day, catches the next day, and then in mid-season he was the leading hitter in the team. So really, this is a guy that you can put anywhere in the lineup, and he produces for you.
So that 2-0 is fouled down the right field line.
And so far, the game has everything. I mean, the catch for Josh Center in the center field.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah.
Wow, really.
You want to talk about a momentum swing? That definitely was inches away from being 6-1. Is that's flare to the infield? Who wants it? Someone's going to get it. It's going to be Skipper. You don't usually see the fly out the fly F1.
That's what you don't teach your pitchers. Just get out of the way and let the infielders take the job.
Let the athletes do it. Exactly. Oh man. So what are your thoughts like on Mark? He's kind of moved around a little bit this year. He's played a right field. He's also played first at times, especially when Jordan Holiday was injured for a little bit.
I love it. I mean, you know, I love that he's going to be exposed in every another position too. I mean, he was a catcher growing up, so you know, he played with some infield too. So when the opportunity came to play first base, I mean, he grabbed it and he's liking it there too.
Oh, nice. Here's Garrett Littleton. He's 0 for 1 today, into a 5 unassisted play in the first inning. So I've seen your son's Instagram, and I mean, was he 6'3", like a good 230 pounds? I mean, just pure muscle, a lot of strength and stuff.
235, yeah.
Yeah, and for a guy that size, he runs like a gazelle.
Well, that's kind of his hidden secret. I mean, because when he was growing up in a high school, he was doing track and field, so not a lot of guys actually know. Here comes the ball. So somebody pick it up for him.
Brought the baseball into the booth here.
I'm going to throw it over the wall and make him run again for that.
Love it. As Littleton's retired on the putout by Corey Bivens, 2 away.
So yeah, that's a little secret. So it's nice that, you know, he can do it, and he loves to do it in a time when it actually needs to be done. Because I think that, you know, he's been raised to be a good teammate, and you know, he's doing everything for the team.
Absolutely. I've definitely learned that in baseball, that is so imperative to have good teammates, get good support system around you, for sure.
And that's what, anytime we talk, I mean, that's what he's saying about this team. That, you know, this is a great bunch of guys, and everybody's playing for everybody. And I had a chance to speak to John Michael Fail before the game, and he said, you know, maybe if everything goes right, he might have a chance if this team make it to carry, that he might get a shot at playing again.
That'd be nice. I mean, team leader in home runs, one of the nation leaders in RBIs. That'd be a big bat to get.
So
back.
I assured him that, you know, if team knows it, they're going to play for him too.
Absolutely, for sure. And that's been appealed down the third. They say he did go around. Did Christian James? He's 0 for 2 officially. They reached in the first on an E1, or excuse me, E3, I should say.
You got to give credit to the opponent, Pembroke, because, you know, after losing the game, the first game when they were up by 2 or 3 runs in the middle of a game, and all of a sudden they lost. Yeah. They came back pretty strong in the first inning, and, you know, they given us the ball game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they kind of had that lead 5-2 earlier in the game, and then same here, they were up 4-0, and then kind of squandered that a little bit. The count even at 2-2 to Christian James. Thomas Skipper looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 2-2. That one stayed high, run it full. Thomas Skipper, true freshman, called upon in a big moment, as that one's cued first base side, but foul. So you mentioned a little bit of traffic in Atlanta. How did that, like, a lot of us know about that, especially in the area. We're only about 2.5 hours away. Like, what was that experience like? Have you experienced something like that before? Or?
Well, I live in Prague, which is the biggest city in Czech Republic, and, you know, right now the main road going through the city is under construction, so we have a lot of huge traffic, especially in the afternoon hours. But this is something new for me, and anytime I come to the States, you know, I'm just amazed at how many lanes actually, and they're full of cars. So so really, and I was picking up the car from the other side of the city, so I had to go through the center actually to get out of the town.
Yikes.
And I was nervously looking at the watch and saying, man, I have to make it, and hopefully, you know, I did it for end of a practice.
Oh man, that's awesome. That is awesome. That's the 3-2 is down the left field line, and foul. Do it again. So you said the plan was originally to come down and you were able to throw to your kid a little bit. Did that, like, what happened? Like, just weren't able to do that? Was it a little too dark, or?
No. I just came for the practice was over, and coach was like kind of stalling the players in the dugout. You know, just waiting for me to arrive. So.
Okay, I see.
So the original plan was to come a little earlier when the BP's on.
Gotcha. And I want to go back to the your baseball team that you coach in the Czech Republic. Talk a little bit about like what age group is that? Like is that younger kids, or is that more of an adult league? Like, what is like?
That's an adult league.
It's an adult league.
That's the highest league in Czech Republic. That consists of 8 teams right now, and as I said, pretty good talent in there. And besides that, I have a gig as a under 23 national coach for the Czech Republic as well. So.
Oh wow.
So.
Got some credentials.
Yeah. I happen to be real fortunate to let baseball give me a lot of traveling, you know, and a lot of experience around the world.
Awesome, absolutely. There's two down as a full count walk was issued to Christian Jane. As here's second baseman Spencer Faulkner. He's 1 for 2 in the day, single in the first, came around the score, and then grounded out the second in the second.
I have to mention what I really like too. I mean, I was amazed by the facility when I came in for the first time. I mean, just, you know, to have a look on the field. I mean, it's nice even from a TV, but being in real time on the place, you know, and looking at the field, I mean, this is really amazing. And for D2, I think this is one of the highest standards in the nation.
Absolutely. I mean, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the all turf field thus far, with the exception of the mound?
I'm coming home and I'm proposing to my management to do the same.
Yeah, right. Thought about putting the team logo maybe behind home plate like that. Yeah. That one misses downstairs. So I've noticed, like, a lot of the times, like, balls are hitting the outfield, especially when visiting teams come here that don't play on said turf. They don't realize how much it kind of, at times, it can almost act like a trampoline out there. It can kind of just, if you're not careful, it'll bounce over you.
And it speeds up a little too, the bounce. So you have to really put some thinking about during BP. You know, when you fielding the ball too.
Right. Especially a day like today, where it's, you know, at one point it was 93 degrees. It can also get a little hot too.
Oh, that's what I don't miss.
Yeah, same. Honestly.
I mean, today I've been here for the first game as well, so I'm really sweating down, and this is what we don't have in Czech Republic at all.
You should have let me know. Come in here and hang with me. I got AC in here.
It's a whole different experience for me because in 2019 I went to see Mark at NC State, but I came there in February. And I was really freezing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So all of a sudden I come to a real different, you know, scenario. And have to admit, this is a lot better, though.
Yeah.
This is baseball better.
Oh, and I'll prepare you for something. Have you ever heard of a sun delay?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yes.
It's coming around like...
It's very possible we could have encountered one.
7:30, 7:45?
Yes. If we go long, which is very, very possible. So it's just, that may be something you might experience for the first time. So
actually, we have one field in Czech Republic that does the same. But
really?
We usually don't... They don't have a light, so we don't play that long. So usually it's an afternoon game, but we played there a doubleheader once, and around 8th inning, we had to wait like 15 minutes for the sun to set too.
Oh, wow. Huh. So you got a little bit of experience with it.
Yeah.
Checking on the runner over at first. So what were your thoughts on the first game between Pembroke and Leroy? That was kind of crazy. Noah Ryan, I've tried to tell people the ball carries extremely well to right field here. There's something about it.
It is true. And you know, it just proves that, you know, baseball is a great game that, you know, you can be on top for almost half of a game, 2/3 of a game, and all of a sudden you have one bad inning, and the other team catches up, and it just the momentum swings right the way, and they just ran with it. Again, I'm giving credit to Pembroke that, you know, here they really came back mentally strong and opened up this game pretty well.
Right, it can be definitely tough. I mean, they're obviously college kids, you know, 18 to 22 years old, but playing 18 innings in one day. This is flavor there, but yeah, 18 innings in one day, especially when it's upper 80s, low 90s.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, being whole day on a turf, you know, it takes a lot of toll.
Count sits at 2-1 to Faulkner. That one's into center field. Josh Center comes in. You know, I say about 75% of the world is covered by water. Josh Center covers the rest.
Yeah,
so
it is. That's great. That's great.
Well, Pembroke gets a 2-out runner on a walk, but can't do nothing with it. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Would you like to stay around for another half inning?
Absolutely, no problem.
Oh, awesome. Well, we'll be right back. We're tied at 4 here on North Greenville Sports Network. Excuse me. All right, top of the order, due up for the Crusaders. Octavio, Stringer, and then Monteith, and if happens to be your son here, if we can get to that point.
That's what I've never done. I mean, I pitched against him. He was my teammate for 4 years. Actually, we formed a battery for 4 years.
Oh, really?
I was growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pitching, he was catching.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
never this.
Kind of like the King Griffey Jr., King Griffey Sr.
Yeah.
type deal
Yeah.
with the Mariners. Yeah, it's awesome. David's looking for his first hit of the day. He's 0 for 2. First pitch breaking ball catches the outside corner, 0-1.
Had a chance to meet Garrick last night.
Yeah?
Because they are roommates with Mark. And he's
Flying Hawaiian.
yeah, remarkable young man, too.
He's been around the country, too. Went to Murray State, not the D1, like the NAIA school out in Oklahoma. Then found his way to Tigerville. That one missed inside.
We were actually talking about the possibility of bringing Garrick to Prague next year
Really?
after his graduation. That, you know,
Yeah, his final year in Tigerville, yeah.
yeah.
Let him play some professional baseball. I think
Yep.
that's awesome. 1-1 breaking ball, low and in. Yeah, with his game and stuff, if him and then Stringer like get on base, that usually sets up for a big inning for the Crusaders. So like if I'm Harris, I'm going after Octavio. You can't walk him because Stringer on deck, he's been hot. He's reached twice. That's usually how North Greenville starts big innings.
That's why we were sitting with Mark's girlfriend in the seats, and after the first 4-run first inning for Pembroke, like she was like, what's going on? I said, hey, listen, those guys, they've proved themselves to be ready for this, and they know how to battle back, and especially the top of the lineup when those guys get on, it might be a trouble for the opponent.
Absolutely. 2-2.
Oh,
Looked a little low, but I thought it was a little low, but home plate umpire Julius Green said otherwise, one away. Does he not know that we're trying to get your son up this inning? That
maybe we should yell it out of the window.
I think that'd go over really well. Talking with Vladimir Kloop, the son of North Greenville standout player, and your son. Oh yeah, I meant to ask you. Your son won Conference Carolina's Player of the Year. I mean, beat out his teammate John Michael Fell for that. I mean, that had to mean something.
It's a great honor, really. Obviously I've been around Mark when he was growing up, and started dreaming about playing professional baseball. So he always missed up like a big award by just a whisker. There were always in any European championships or any championships at all, there was always like just a little better teammate that snagged the award from him. So this is like the first time that he won something, and I was really happy.
I think when you bat almost nearly 420 for most of the year, I think you probably deserve to get some hardware yourself.
That's good.
First pitch to Pat Monteith. I will say it's been an interesting strike zone from Julius Green behind the plate. Sometimes I feel like it's being called a strike, sometimes it's not.
I tell you what, that's one job on the baseball field that I wouldn't do.
Yeah, that's true. I would not want that job at all.
I mean, you're accurate 99% of the time, and still somebody.
You miss one call and people will be all over you. I'm sure. I don't know if you've seen like the viral clip, but there's a guy that was umpiring a little league game, and the parents were hounding him.
Yeah.
Basically, call the game off.
And he called the game off. Yeah. Especially in the youth category. I mean, the parents should be held accountable, and they should set the tone for their kids. And
I need to understand that at some point that when there's a shortage of umpires, we know why.
Yeah.
So count sits at 1-2 to Pat Monteith. 1-2 from
believe
Harris.
me, it happens all over the world. I mean, no matter how many signs of instruction for the parents you put on the fences and behind the dugout saying even umpires are just people. Even those everybody makes mistake, and raise your kids the right way, show them, lead by example. Always somebody who just tries to ruin it.
2-2 sent out the right field. Ball carrying to the wall. He's at the wall. That ball is gone. There is Pat Monteith's 10th home run of the year, the 6th Crusader to join the double-digit home run club, and it puts North Greenville out in front 5-4. Pat's been on fire. That's his third hit of the day. That's his first extra base hit.
He's a big boy, too.
He is, yes. Definitely does not play like a sophomore that he is. So we're going to get it. We're going to get to see your son here.
Hopefully he doesn't know and he's not getting nervous as me.
Understandable. Kloop's officially 1 for 2. He reached on a E4. By the way, that first inning, they charged an error to the second baseman, just FYI.
I was kind of like skeptic. I'm looking at the dad / coach, and I was really, I would put him in error, But
yeah, my dad would do the same thing. Sends that one down the right field line. Did he do it? Foul ball. Oh, that close to another home run. But it definitely looked foul. Trying to tell you that the ball loves to go out the right field here, especially from right-handed hitters. I don't know what it is.
When you see the flag in the center field going that way,
it is going. Yeah, blowing from left to right. Would you say about 5 miles an hour, roughly?
Which it's kind of nice for the people sitting in the stands because the sun is right at them.
Oh, especially on top of you, about 91 degrees currently. The 0-1. Roped in the left field. You know what? We'll take a base hit. Take a base hit. That's the second hit of the day for Marek Kloop. What'd you see on that swing?
Well, end of a bat. Went kind of earlier. Mm-hmm. Should let it travel a little longer, go the other way.
Come on, what are you doing, Kloop?
He'll do push-ups in the dugout.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So here's Josh Center. He's 0 for 1. Struck out in the first and then walked in the third. So what do you think of Mr. Trent Harris thus far? This is only his 4th appearance of the year and his 3rd start. And I feel like it's very interesting that you make that you're in your do or die game here in the regional.
I don't know how many pitches did they use in the first game, so maybe he's just an emergency fill out, and he's doing a good job.
Yes, he's definitely holding this top-ranked North Greenville offense in check. Well, thank you, sir, so much for stopping by. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your game. Thank you so much for stopping by the booth today.
Thank you very much for having me here.
All right, no problem. Well, North Greenville takes the lead on the solo shot by Pat Monteith as he goes oppo taco. We head to the 5th. North Greenville out in front, 5-4.
The NCAA would like to thank official equipment suppliers, Rawlings, Smitty, and Spec Seeds for their support of NCAA championships. Their contributions help enhance the educational and athletic experiences of nearly 500,000 NCAA student athletes.
Head to the top half of the 5th inning. North Greenville takes their first lead. So it'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up. First up, we Gage Hammonds. He's 1 for 2. Single in the first. Ground out the second in the second. Skipper's first pitch to him. A little high. Again, I want to personally thank Vladimir Kloop for making his way to the booth. Able to see his son get a base hit, I'll take that. 1-0. Breaking ball in there and even up the count. The 1-1. Good pitch at the knees, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Hit sharply on the ground, but right at Bivens. Fields, throw over to first. It is a good throw, one away. Here's Bobby Dixon, 1 for 2. He also had a base hit in the first and then struck out swinging in the third. Skipper thus far through 1 third innings pitch. He's done solid work. He's only allowed 1 base runner. That was a walk. Everyone else, he's retired. First pitch swinging. So that one's chopped foul. Four runs on 5 hits for the Braves and 1 error. 5 runs on 8 hits and 1 error also for the Crusaders. Again, a game in which UNC Pembroke has to win or they will be going home, as they lost earlier today to Lenoir-Ryan. 0-1. Popped up. Shallow left center field. Who wants it? Center calling for it. He's got it. 2 away. Well, that's officially 1 for 1. And only other time he had an RBI sacrifice fly. So both times at the plate he's been productive. This is his first time facing Skipper. As that one misses. One can presume for North Greenville they're saving what they've been using as their ace for tomorrow against Lenoir-Ryan. That'll be form of Reese Fields, the pitcher of the year in the Conference Carolinas. There's the 1-0, misses. Hit a friendly count here for Ethan Ott. If you're Skipper, this is where you be careful. You do not want to make a mistake here. That's a good pitcher's pitch right there, 2-1. The 2-1. Third base side, high hopper for Monteith. He'll field it, throw on the run. Low throw, but dug out over there by Zara. So the Braves go 1-2-3 here in the top of the 5th. We're halfway home. North Greenville clean to a 1-run advantage. Six, seven, and 8 due up for the Crusaders. By the way, Wingate came away victorious in their first round matchup against Young Harris. They won 9-4. Zara's first pitch swinging on the ground. Nice play there by Hammonds. He'll throw to a covering Pitcher over at first, one away. Good old PFP. Nice job there by Harris to get over there. Nice play by Hammond, sliding to his right. So here's Jax Cash, who's now the DH. He's 1 for 2, grounded out in the second, and then had a base hit in that 3-run third inning. First pitch to him, downstairs, 1-0. Hammers that one through to left side for a base hit. He's now 2 for 3. And here's the catcher, Campbell Connard. Connard looking for his first base hit of the day. He struck out in the second, grounded into a fielder's choice. So he's looking for his first hit. Cash doesn't really run a lot, but when he has, he's been successful. He's 5 for 5 this year. In this situation, wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go, wouldn't be surprised if he does go. Surprised we hadn't seen North Greenville try to steal yet. Took a big swing at that breaking ball. Counted 0-1. Here comes sets. Pitch. High and out. Count even at 1-1 to the North Greenville catcher. Hare's out for his 5th inning of work. He's got 3 strikeouts thus far. 1-1 is a good fastball in the inner half, 1-2. Harris got Campbell to swing over the top of a breaking ball in the turf. Does he try to do it again? Here's the 1-2. Exactly that. Campbell chased one. And he's down on strikes for the second time today. That's the 4th strikeout for Trent Harris. Then brings up number 9 hitter Corey Bivens. And again, that's just a good pitch that time there from Harris. Realizing what worked earlier and went back to see if he'd do it again. Corey's 1 for 2 with his base hit coming in the second. In fact, that was the second base hit for North Greenville. He legged out an infield single. About a 1.5 lead for Jax over there at first. That breaking ball was way outside, but nice stop there, or backhanded stop there by Littleton. One thing we haven't seen yet for sure for UNC Pembroke is balls getting to the backstop. Littleton, they haven't been a whole lot of that today. And when they've been in the turf, Littleton's been a brick wall back there. The 1-0. Breaking ball, I guess, broke a little too low. So hitter-friendly count here for Bivens. Definitely want to be careful here for your Harris. Bivens does have power. He's got 10 home runs on the year. The 2-0. That was right down Tigerville Boulevard, golly day. Count at 2-1. Been still in the head to count 2-1. Next swing, oh, it's on the inside corner. Bivens didn't think so, but nonetheless, it's 2-2. Definitely been that side of the plate that Julius Green has loved to call. If he busts anything inside to righties, anything outside to lefties, he's, I'd say, been a little generous, and I think that would go both ways for both teams. The 2-2. That one's ripped to left field, but nice running grab there by Dixon to retire to side. Bivens hit it on the nose, but it was right at somebody. We played 5. North Greenville on top, 5-4. Skipper on the mound for his third inning of work. He'll face latter part of the order. Be Henson, Guzman, and then Petty. First pitch breaking ball. Clips the outside corner. Good pitch, 0-1. This North Greenville pitching staff, both Cash and Skipper. Ever since that 4 inning, Cash settled down. Pitched next 2 innings good. Got helped out by the Josh Center highway robbery out in right center field to bring it back a 2-run homer. Skipper, the last 2+ innings, has only given up 1 base runner thus far. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball broke too far outside, 2-1. In fact, the man that was robbed of that 2-run home run, Wellington Guzman, is on deck. That's got to hurt. That one fouled off his, I think that was off his back foot, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how you do that. Count even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Henson's down on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Thomas Skipper. 1 away. So here's Wellington Guzman. Officially 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch in the first and then was a couple inches away from hitting his team-leading 16th home run. The Josh Center had other ideas. First pitch to him was a breaking ball downstairs. Long look in from Skipper here. He's finally ready, and here's the 1-0. Breaking ball. I guess because it fooled Connor, it might have fooled the home plate umpire as well. Gotta be careful here. Here's a 2-0 count. Now scat out of play. Just hit 6 o'clock here on the East Coast. That means we just hit the 2-hour mark in this one. Sun getting pretty close to being right over us. That one's fouled out of play, so have to bear with me up here. I've got my sunglasses on in preparation for the sun. It's not quite on me yet, but I can tell within the next hour it's definitely going to be a problem. Here's the 2-2. Inside that hit him. So Guzman's hit by a pitch for the second time here in this one. Here's Ramsey Petty. Petty's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice, and then flew out to left. 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 error for the Braves of UNC Pembroke. 5 runs on 9 hits and 1 error for the Crusaders of North Greenville. And if Pembroke wins this game, they'll move to the nightcap tomorrow, I believe, regardless. If North Greenville wins, Pembroke will be eliminated, and then North Greenville and Lenore-Ryan immediately will play a best-of-3 series, essentially, to determine who moves on to the Super Regionals. Pembroke can squeak this one out, they'll move on. And North Greenville will have to stave off elimination tomorrow. First one to Petty, misses downstairs. Petty, not a lot of action this year. He came into action here, batting 188. 32 at-bats on the year, doesn't have a home run, and only 3 RBIs to his name. And here's the 1-0. Hit sharply on the ground to short. Bivens will field it the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So the Braves get a runner on via hit by pitch, but he's erased on the classic 6-4-3 double play. We head to the bottom of the 6th. North Greenville up by 1. New pitcher on the mound for UNC Pembroke is number 27, Will Harris, freshman from Goldsboro, North Carolina. His numbers here in just a second. It's on him. This is his 9th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 2.04 ERA, 17 2/3 innings pitched, 17 hits, 4 runs, all of which earned, 2 walks, 17 strikeouts. Opponents batting .250 off number 27, Will Harris, freshman from Goldsboro, North Carolina. And he'll face the top of the order for North Greenville. be Octavio Stringer, then Monteith. It's his first pitch to Gary, is in there for strike one. There's his 0-1. That one stayed outside. Count even at 1-1. Octavio, the nickname that was given to him, the Flying Hawaiian out of Hilo, Hawaii. As I mentioned earlier, transfer from Murray State. No, not the one from the Ohio Valley Conference. This is an NAIA school. That one's poked on the ground to second. Should be an easy play for Faulkner, and it is. One away. But last year, Octavio found his way here to North Greenville. Yeah, and maybe, who knows? Rick Kloop was the father of Marek Kloop, North Greenville right fielder. In case you missed it, came in and paid a visit here in the 4th inning. Talked about how he might be trying to get Gehrig over to play some professional baseball in the Czech Republic. Yeah, you never know. Turns out Octavio's 0 for 4 today. Here's Ethan Stringer. He's 1 for 2 officially. He's reached base twice. Walk in the first, single in the third, and then grounded out to short in the 4th. The 1-0. Got the call in the outer half, 1-1. Gotta respect the fight from UNC Pembroke for sure. Here's the 1-1. The inside corner, 1-2. To play 18 innings in a day, lose a game in which you were up 5-2, and then all of a sudden have it crumble in very short order in the tune of giving up 10 straight unanswered runs, and to come back and to be in a dogfight with the #1 team in the country, that says a lot about this UNC Pembroke baseball team. As the 1-2 goes all the way to the backstop. Here's the 2-2. That'll make it full. And it was interesting to hear. I was waiting for some piece of news on John Michael Fail. We'll figure out the significance of his injury, and he said if this team was able to make it to the College World Series, so that would mean they'd have to run the gauntlet and get through the Southeast Regional, and then whoever makes it out of the Wingate Regional, they'll have to beat them in a Super Regional. He would make it back for the College World Series, so that would be a massive pickup for sure. Here's the payoff pitch. That misses, ball 4. So an important insurance run for the Crusaders is now on first base. And if you're Pembroke, that's not what you wanted to happen, because a man that you have yet to retire today, Pat Monteith, will stand in. Pat's 3 for 3 with base hits in the first and third, and then just 2 innings ago launched that go-ahead solo shot that carried out of here to right field. North Greenville team that's stolen a lot of bases here, has not tried to steal a base yet. Stringer's got an okay lead over there at first. First pitch fastball looked good, but must have missed. Maybe high, 1-0. Not really sure there. To count at 1-0. Here's the 1-0. That misses as well, 2-0. Appears we're going to get a visit to the mound. And look down there in the Brave bullpen. Looks like someone is seeming to make their way to the gate. I haven't seen a motion yet. Count is still 2-0. usually when the coaches go out there to kind of make that motion, they just kind of want to get to, hey, throw strikes, And it's just sometimes it's that simple. It's like, you know what, coach, I know I'm trying to throw strikes here, but sometimes they're like, hey, we got to fix a mechanical issue. So because he has missed with about 4 straight out of the zone. He missed with the final couple to Ethan Stringer. He's now missed 2 as you get a look down at the UNCP bullpen. A little bit of ruffling going down there. Nothing too serious at the moment. See number 17 starting to warm up. Number 17, that would be Rhett James throwing down there in the UNCP bullpen. Here's the 2-0. And back with a breaking ball. Got the call in the inside corner. Strike 1. That's a good 2-0 pitch right there. Especially when the ump's been giving that call all night. Go out, attack it with a breaking ball. I love it. Good pitch. Count at 2-1. Check on Stringer over there at first. Monty still ahead in the count at 2-1. Pitch, check swing, didn't mean to, fouled away. The count even at 2-2 to Monteith. Harris trying to do what no UNCP pitcher has done today, and that's retire Monteith. Pitch that is into left field. Kind of an awkward catch out there by Bobby Dixon. It's tough to tell. He kind of made an awkward slide, almost like he wanted to catch it. Awkward all around, but hey, nonetheless, he made the grab, and that's what matters. So there's 2 away now for Marek Kloop as Monteith is retired for the first time today. Kloop's officially 2 for 3. He's reached base all 3 times. He reached on a E4 that had his dad's seal of approval, in case you missed that interview. Then he also had a home run to dead center field that tied us up at 4 at the time, and then had a base hit in the 4th that followed the Monteith homer. Stringer takes off for second. Throw down to second will be late. Can he hold the bag? He does. So Stringer's in there with his 9th stolen base of the year. Puts a runner in scoring position now with 2 away. Now with a base open, I would be very surprised if UNCP decided to give Kloop anything remotely worth hitting. Center on deck, who's 0 for 2. That one's in tight. Kloop, who has reached base all 3 times against you, and then a guy on deck that is a little strikeout prone, but it's definitely a danger on deck in Josh Center. Again, you got to be very, very careful here for your Harris on this 2-0 pitch. So that was good. It was close enough to try to see if he can get Kloop to offer at it. He didn't. And I would 100%, I think they're just going to issue the intentional free pass. Makes sense at this point. Again, got a base open. Again, a guy that you've yet to retire today. So all right, we're going to make Josh Center beat us. And Center's 0 for 2 officially. Strike out in the first and then popped up to second base in the fourth. He did walk in the third. Big spot here for Pembroke. They really can't afford any more runs come across for the Crusaders. North Greenville, you're definitely trying to add some kind of insurance. So that one's popped up, and Josh knows he just got under that one. Dixon looks like he's under. He basically pitched a 10 out there for that one, and finally comes down and he makes the grab to retire the side. North Greenville puts a pair of runners on, but can't bring anybody home. We've played 6. We head to the 7th. 5-4 North Greenville.
Did you know more than 50,000 student athletes compete in NCAA championships at more than 800 sites across the country each year? Don't miss out on witnessing the next great moment in sports history. Find a championship near you by visiting ncaa.com/tickets. Crusaders, the left-handed pitcher, number 45, Caleb Gibson.
New pitcher for the Crusaders here as we head to the top half of the 7th. Pembroke has 9 outs left to avoid elimination. New pitcher for North Greenville is number 45, Caleb Gibson, left-hander, redshirt junior. 6'2", 190 pounds, out of Waltersboro, South Carolina. Colton County High School down there. His numbers on the year, this is his 10th appearance, 1-0 record, 3.68 ERA, 7 1/3 innings pitch, 1 hit, 3 runs, all of which were earned, 6 walks, 9 strikeouts. First man he'll face will be Garrett Littleton. It'll be 9-1-2 due up for the Braves. As a 1-0 is in there for a called strike. It's sharply off of Gibson. That's going to ricochet right to Octavio, and he'll peg on to first for out number 1. That's your good old 1-4-3 double play, and that's not the first time we've seen that today. In fact, I think that happened in game 1 between Lenore Ryan and UNC Pembroke. So now to the top of the order for Christian Jane. Jane's officially 0 for 2. He reached on an E3 in the first, grounded out to third in the second, and then walked in the fourth. To him is his first lefty-lefty matchup that Jane has seen today. Jane had himself a first game. He First 3 times he came to the plate, he had a couple base hits and also belted a home run to right in game 1. Been a little bit quieter here in game 2. North Greenville putting a little bit of a shift on them. They still have 2 defenders on both sides of the diamond. But Octavio is out there in short right center. The 1-1 comes up empty, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Well off the plate, even to count up at 2-2. Pembroke in need of some base runners. The 2-2. Close, but no cigar as that one run it full. You know, Gibson might have been a righty and Jane might have been a righty, and that's on the other side of the plate. Might have been called a strike. Here's the 3-2. That's low, ball 4. So Jane works back after being down 1-2 in the count to earn a 1-out walk. That'll bring up the second baseman Spencer Faulkner. Faulkner's 1 for 3. His base hit coming in the first. Since then, he's grounded out to second in the second, and then flew out to center field in the fourth. Crusaders got a 6-4-3 double play at the end of 6. That one's going to ricochet off of Gibson. Monteith look the bluff back, and then he'll throw to second, and Octavio saves that one from going in the right field. A little bit of a tough luck there for Gibson. Not sure if Bivens or Octavio would have been there. They were kind of shaded up the middle a little bit. Then ricocheted over towards Monteith, so that'll go down as an infield hit. That's the 6th of the ball game for the Braves. That'll bring up Gage Hammonds. Hammonds definitely someone that can change this game with one swing of the bat. In fact, him and then the guy on deck as well could change things with one swing of the bat with Bobby Dixon, the left fielder, on deck. Got a first-hand witness to Hammonds' power in game number 1 earlier today as he took a hanging breaking ball and did exactly what you're supposed to do with hanging breaking balls, as crushed one out to left center field. And that was the first of what would end up being 8 home runs hit between UNC Pembroke and Lenore Ryan. Check swing, I believe he went around. Yes, he did. 0-1. Count at 0-1. Tying run out there in scoring position in the form of Jane. Go ahead run over at first and Faulkner. 1 down. Here's the 0-1. Good pitch on the inner half, 0-2. There is a right-hander warming up in the North Greenville bullpen down the left field line. Don't think we have an angle that we can get that number. It's a little far out there. Okay, because there is not another left-hand hitter until we get to Blake Henson at the 6th spot. Plenty of room to work with. Here's the 0-2. Inside, 1-2. Nothing like some playoff baseball. One team, difference between maybe potentially going home and another team having to potentially play to go save their lives tomorrow. A lot on the line here. Here's the 1-2. It's hit up the middle. It's going to be a tough play for Corey. He'll field it. He'll take himself to second. Throw on to first. Zara held the bag, and it's another double play to get North Greenville out of the inning. Bivens didn't need any help this time. It takes the 6 unassisted, 3 double play. And that's all she wrote for Pembroke here in the top half of the 7th. It's time to stretch here in Tigerville. It's 5-4 North Greenville. Six, 7, and 8 due up for North Greenville here in the bottom of the 7th as they lead 5-4. First pitch to Zach Zara as a breaking ball clips the outside corner. Harris still on the mound for Pembroke. Zara's looking for his first hit. He's grounded to a fielder's choice twice. He's also grounded out to first base. Catcher set up way outside on that one. Zara didn't bite. Basically, the entire field for Pembroke, it's just, you don't see this a whole lot with a lefty. Basically playing him straight up the way you would normally play a right-hand batter, as that one's popped into center field. Started back now. Now coming in is Jane. One away. Here's Jax Cash. 2 for 3 on the day. He's grounded out the second, and then singles in the 3rd and the 5th. First pitch to Cash. Knee-high outside corner, 0-1. Anybody want to wonder if anybody knows that umpire's in the way? Here's the 0-1. Fouled off. So Harris way out in front of Cash, 0-2. The 0-2. Tried to go upstairs with it. Cash wasn't biting. And Pembroke, if you're just joining us, scored 4 times in the top of the inning, thanks in part to 4 hits and an error. Since then, they've only had 2 hits and have not scored once. North Greenville picked up a run back in the bottom half of the inning. Then scored 3 times thanks to the Marek Kloop 3-run homer. That tied us at 4 in the bottom of the 3rd. Pat Monteith, an inning later, launched a solo shot. That put North Greenville in front. That one misses. And we're at 5-4 after 4, and that's where we've been ever since. Bullpens have been going at it here for sure. County Vet 2-2. From the windup, Harris to 2-2. That skips up there. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Pembroke in much need of a shutdown inning right here. Long look in here. Now we're ready. The payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss. Big pitch that time there from Will Harris. Retires cash. For Harris, that's his first strikeout. Now that'll bring up Campbell Connard.
Up to bat, number 17, Campbell Connard.
Connor's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice, those coming in the second and the fifth. And he's also reached on a fielder's choice. Wings at that one, lost that one down the left field line. Mason giving chase, but that's all he can do. Look ahead to the top half of the 8th inning. The Braves will have Bobby Dixon, Ethan Ott, and Blake Henson due up. That's 4, 5, and 6 for them in their order. The one sails way outside. Again, do not expect Pembroke to go quietly. Their season on the line, down to their final 6 outs. North Greenville trying to set up a date with Lenore Ryan. That would be a best-of-3 series. And that's a good pitch on the inside corner, 1-1. Or excuse me, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 from Harris. Skips up there, 2-2. Greenville trying to get a 2-out rally going here in the bottom of the 7th. Pembroke trying to have a 1-2-3 inning. Get themselves in the dugout so they can try to chip away and try to overcome this 1-run deficit. The 2-2 from Harris. Chopped on the ground to third. Could be a tough play for Petty, who waited back on it. It's going to cost him. Petty, instead of charging it, waited for it to kind of come to him. And with the speed of Connard, he was able to beat that out pretty easily. So that's the 10th base hit of the game. That's the first for Connard. And that extends the inning for Corey Bivens. Corey's 1 for 3 on the day. His base hit coming in the second. Last time up, he laced one out to left, but it was a nice running play by Bobby Dixon out and left. Again, Connard has not attempted a stolen base, so especially he's only got about a 1-step lead over there first, so I wouldn't expect him to be going. As Bivens' first pitch swinging, Petty fields it on the hop this time, and a good throw over to first to retire the side. So 2-out base hit goes awry. We played 7. 6 outs to go for Pembroke. See if they can get 1 run.
The NCAA would like to take this time to thank our current corporate champions, AT&T, Capital One, and Coca-Cola, and our corporate partners, Athletic, Buffalo Wild Wings, Buick, Dove Min Plus Care, Geico, Great Clips, Invesco, LG, Marion, Nabisco, Nissan, Pizza Hut, Reese's, and Wendy's. Their support enhances NCAA championships and the educational and athletic experiences of nearly 500,000 student athletes. For the Crusaders, the regular division, number 30, North Carolina.
So it'll be Bobby Dixon, Ethan Ott, Blake Hinson for the Braves here in the top half of the 8th. They got 6 more outs to try to get at least 1 run. And they'll face a North Greenville setup man, number 30, Brent Herlong, right-hand graduate from Lakeview, South Carolina, Lakeview High School. On the year, Herlong, this is his team-leading 25th appearance. He got a record of 6-1 on the year, 2.4 ERA, 45 innings pitched, 46 hits, 19 runs, 12 of which earned, 5 walks to 35 strikeouts. Opponents batting .269 off number 30, Brent Herlong. So here's Dixon. He's 1 for 3 on the day. His base hit coming in the first. He was part of that 4-hit barrage that they had back-to-back to back-to-back. His first pitch from Herlong is in there for strike 1. Looking at Pembroke in the lineup, you're in the middle portion of your order. So this is the inning you against North Greenville setup, man, because Tristan Hudson is the North Greenville closer. He awaits the 9th. You definitely want to try to get some runners on. So at the very least, send things back to the top of your order for the 9th. 0-2 misses, 1-2. Again, right here, if you're Dixon, there's they basically parted the Red Sea out there in right center field. Tries to go that way as that one's sent out to right center, going back, retreating, slowing now, just in front of the right center field wall, makes the grab. And the second straight time, Dixon is retired on a fly out to center. In center. So here's Ethan Ott, 1 for 2 officially. Has an RBI sacrifice fly, a double, and then grounded out to third. He'll put the exaggerated shift on for him as well. As we got 3 infielders on the left side. Tavio just playing to a shade to the left of the second base bag. Along with that oh so typical big old breaking ball that he has in there for strike 1. Herlong, just like many others, this is his last go-around as a Crusader. 0-1. Jammed him, and that should get out of play. The count sits at 0-2. Got him to swing. So good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Ethan Ott. As now there's now 2 away for the lefty Blake Hinson. Hinson's 1 for 3 on the day. Just like many others, his hit coming in the first. First pitch to Hinson, misses low and in. Very efficient thus far. 2 outs on just 7 pitches. He's now at 8 for the inning for Herlong. Breaking ball didn't get the call on the inside corner. Did look a little in. So a hitter-friendly count here for Hinson. He showed in Game 1 against Lenore Ryan. He's very capable of sending one out to right field here. Got to be careful with this pitch. No. Herlong will step off the mound, give his infield. There's now 3 infielders on the right side. Matt Monteith, the lone infielder on the left side. He's playing over at shortstop. Once chopped foul, first base side, it is fair. Tricky hop for Zara, but he handles it nicely. Played a little trick hop on him, but he's able to handle it to retire the side. Pembroke goes 3 up, 3 down. They'll have 3 outs to work with in the 9th, but for now, we head to the bottom of the 8th. North Greenville trying to add on some insurance.
Is the Community Relations Committee, driven by the NCAA member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners. NCAA Teamworks programs are designed to actively engage communities where national championships are played through educational efforts such as Special Olympics, literacy, and legacy projects. The NCAA and its partners are working together to make a difference. Up to bat for the Crusaders, number 1,
Top of the order due up for the Crusaders. Trying to get some insurance runs before they head to the 9th. It's his first pitch to Octavio. He sends that one out to center field. Back center field, he keeps going before he stops just shy of the warning track. Jane does to make the catch. So here's Ethan Stringer. 1 for 2 officially, his single coming in the 3rd. He's also walked twice in the 1st and the 6th. There's his first pitch to him. Sends that one down the right field line, but it plenty foul. It's been a long day for this Pembroke team. In both games, they've gotten off to red-hot starts. The problem is they haven't been able to answer the comeback. Once Stringer thought about showing bump, but pulled it back almost immediately. They jumped out to a 4-1 and then eventually 5-1 lead over Lenore Ryan, only to see the Bears score. 5-2 lead, only to see them score 10 straight unanswered to finish the ball game. Jumped out to a 4-0 lead against North Greenville here today. Crusaders have fought back in the middle innings. The count at 1-2. A lot of room in right center field. A Stringer likes to shoot one that way. He doesn't as he sends one out to left field. Dixon back at the wall, just shy of the wall, makes the grab. Thought for a second Stringer might have given the Crusaders some insurance, but he comes up just shy. I think he got a little bit too much top spin on that ball. And the wind is blowing still left to right like it has been all day. Maybe killed a little bit, but I feel like overall that ball had a little bit too much top spin. So here's Pat Monteith. 3 for 4 on the day. He was retired his last time up. And even that was hit hard out to left field. I don't see anybody warming up in the bullpen, so maybe they're going to potentially leave Brent Herlong out there. That one's sent out to right center field. That one's back to the wall. He leaps. That one is gone. Second home run of the day for Pat Monteith, and he gives the North Greenville the insurance they needed. Home run number 11 for him on the year. There's a reason why head coach Landon Powell put Pat Monteith in the spot where John Michael Fale's been occupying. And he's proven him right with a 4-hit day and a multi-home run day. Again, home run to right center field. Going the opposite way. That's the 11th hit for the Crusaders here today. Speaking of home runs, the man that tied us back in the third with a 3-run shot to dead center field. First pitch to him is inside. What can you say about Monteith, man? A sophomore, the kid is just absolutely phenomenal. He's filled that role in that 3 spot quite nicely. So Kloop places one in the right center field. That's going to split the gap, and with his speed, he's definitely thinking about 3. There he's around second. He's like a gazelle. Look at that man run. On his way to third, in with a head-first slide for a triple. I'm sure his old man won't make him run after that one. So now that'll bring up Josh Center. Before that happens, looks like we're going to get a pitching change. There is a right-hander warming in the Brave bullpen. And with that, Bartek Kloop is a double short of the cycle, barring a bat around with 2 outs, so he's not going to get that opportunity. It appears they will make the call to the bullpen. We'll come back and tell you about the new Brave arm here in just a second as you are watching the 2022 Southeast Regional here from Tigerville, South Carolina. The new pitcher for the Braves is number 17, Rhett James. As he comes into a situation with a runner on third, and a definite situation where they need to keep that runner stranded over there at third. Numbers on James. Comes this one. This is his 11th appearance. 2-0 record, 4.12 ERA, 19 2/3 innings pitched, 17 hits, 9 runs, all of which earned, 4 walks to 22 strikeouts. Opponent's batting .239 off of him. Freshman out of... I'm going to say this, and I doubt I'm going to say this right. Fuguay, I'm not even going to try that. Out of that place in North Carolina. I've already bungled it more. I'm just going to stop right there. So here's Josh Center. He's looking for his first hit. And it's the way Kloop's going to come home. He's going to try to score. It's tag of the plate. Did they get him? Yes, they did. Kloop trying to be aggressive on the base pass, trying to manufacture another run, but he's caught trying to steal home plate there. But North Greenville does pick up an important insurance run on the Pat Monteith, his second home run of the ball game, as he goes Oppo Taco into the ninth for his 11th home run of the year. Let's take another look at that before we go to break. It's away. Looks like this could be a good angle. Let's see. Yeah, he did. Yep, got that tag on the shoulder before Kloop got that arm across the plate. So final call for the Braves. They've got 3 outs to try to get 2 runs, or their season will come to a close. And it appears Brent Herlong will be out there for the Crusaders. We'll come back in a moment. We'll have the 9th for you here in just a moment on the North Greenville Sports Network. Final call for the Braves as they find themselves trailing 6-4. They'll have the bottom third of the order due up. Guzman, Petty, and then Littleton. Bottom third of the order. Herlong out there for a second inning of work trying to put the clamp on this one. That one misses inside. 3 outs away from setting up what would be a date with Lenore Ryan, which would tomorrow at noon, which would be the first of a best-of-3 series, essentially, and glorified. If North Greenville is able to hold on here. Guzman officially is 0 for 1. He has reached twice, although it has been painful. He's been hit by a pitch twice. That one's chopped foul, 1-2. Coming into the 9th, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Braves. 6 runs on 12 hits, 1 error for the Crusaders. 1-2, that's chopped into the Crusader dugout. Nice hands by assistant coach down there. Pembroke needs base runners. He's got it opposite way if he wants it. He can't come up with it this time as he swings through it for strike number 3. Second strikeout for Herlong. There's 1 away. Here's Ramsey Petty. Petty looking for his first hit. Grounded to a fielder's choice, flew out to left, and then grounded to a 6-4-3 double play to end the 6th. He's first pitch swinging in the left center field. They're not going to get that one, as that one will get down for a base hit. So Petty does get his first hit of the ball game, and it's at a very important time for the Braves. So here's the 9-hole hitter, Garrett Littleton. The redshirt junior here trying to keep things going for this Brave team. Again, if he can reach, that would put things in the hands of the top of the order. Christian Jane, who doesn't have a hit in this one, but we all know what he can. We know what he can do based off what he did earlier today against Lenore Ryan. First pitch breaking ball, skips up there. Count at 1-0. Squares around the show, bunt. Pulls it back, takes ball 2. Pembroke looking to try to avoid to go 0-2 in the Southeast Regional for back-to-back years. They're 2 outs away from doing that. The 2-0's right there, 2-1. Went 0-2 last year in the regional. Losses to Mount Olive and then Columbus State. They lost earlier today to Lenore Ryan, so they're 2 outs away from their trip to the Southeast Regional being a one-day affair. The 2-1. Chop foul. Now even the count up at 2-2. That single by Petty moments ago, that was the 7th hit for the Braves. On comes Seddon, is 2-2. Up on the ground to third. Monty feels it. He'll go to second with it. They'll get one there, and Octavio, excuse me. So there's 2 away, and Pembroke's down to their final out. But Christian Jane will come to the plate. He represents the tying run. He did blast a home run in game 1 earlier today, so he's very capable of sending one out of here. North Greenville, of course, will put the shift on for him. Zara playing about, I'd say about 3 or 4 steps off the first base line. Octavio playing out there in very shallow right center. Bivens still on the left side of the infield, but about 3 steps to the left side of second, just in case Petty wants to steal second. They're not holding him on, as that one catches the outside corner, 0-1. North Greenville trying to get their 46th win on the year. Oh, 1 big swing and a miss. They're down to their final strike. They get this strike, they would improve to 46-8. That would be second in the nation. Only Wingate has more, as they got their 47th win when they beat Young Harris earlier today, 9-4. Greenville putting their hands together. Pembroke trying to extend this one. Here's the 0-2. Downstairs. Herlong may try to come with one of his signature looping curveballs that he has. Let's see, the 1-2. Sharp on the ground a second, is right at Octavio, backs up, now throws on the first and is in time, and North Greenville wins it as they send UNC Pembroke back home to North Carolina. So that sets up a date with Lenore Ryan tomorrow at noon. That'll set up a date with Lenore Ryan. That'll be the game 1 of basically now it becomes a glorified best-of-3 series. First team to win 2 games will move on to the Super Regional. And you look forward to it because 2 high-powered offenses, 2 electric pitching staffs. And you got to give your hats off to Pembroke. They had a great year. First year in Conference Carolinas, go 38-17. 23-7, finished second in the conference. Especially this Conference Carolinas year that was really, really deep, a lot of talent. Everyone that made the conference tournament this year was 500 or better. So they had a great year. Hats off to them. And a tough way to go out for second straight year that they're eliminated after 2 games. But they'll be back next year for sure for their second year in the Conference Carolinas. North Greenville, they improve, like I said, to 46-8 on the year. Final tally, UNC Pembroke 4 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. North Greenville 6 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. My calculations here, but win goes to Thomas Skipper. Loss goes to Trent Harris. And Brent Herlong picks up the save. Well, signing off for now. We'll see you back here first thing around noon tomorrow. Maybe we'll see you guys then. I'm Timothy Holcomb. We'll see you tomorrow.
Some of your numbers later. That's my numbers. Oh, okay. That's in our go-to thing. See, Megan. What do you know?